Well, now I'd like to move to our featured modeler this evening. And this is more than one. This is 5 people. This is going to be the Motrak build along. It's going to start soon. Next week is actually the start of the build. But this is kind of an explanation from the owner of the company, Motrak, and from the 4 modelers that are going to be building exactly the same kit, but in the 4 different scales that the kit is offered in. So I'd like to welcome Jeff Adams, the owner of Motrak Models, Phil Edholm, who's going to be the O-scale builder, Bob Farquhar, who's going to be the S-scale builder, Greg Cassidy, who's going to be the HO scale builder, and Clark Kooning, NMR, who's going to be the N-scale builder. So gentlemen, welcome, and I really do thank all of you for wanting to participate in this, because this is something that I don't think has ever been done before. At least I'm not aware of it. And I think it's going to really be interesting. This goes back again to Phil Edholm's recommendation. So to start this off, I'd like to turn it over to Jeff Adams and let him talk about his company and about the kit that everybody's going to be building. So Jeff, welcome, and thank you for doing this.
Good evening, folks. You guys hear me okay?
Yes.
That's a good thing. All right, so Motrak Models is 18 years old. It started in 2003. The company started making freight car loads. After roughly 10 years, I sold that portion of the company and just doing structures and detail items. 4 years ago, I went out and bought a laser cutter. Before I was sending my drawings out to other people to do the cutting, but I'm doing my own cutting now. And it's just a fun job. I do it full time now. The kit that we're going to build is called the Adamsville Depot. You guys see it okay?
Yes.
The advantage of this kit is the walls are interchangeable. So if you want to do one side, of course, the sidewalls are interchangeables, and you can put it anywhere on the dock. Can you guys still see me? Because I'm looking at Jim right now.
As far as I know, everybody.
Yes, we can see you.
Yeah, we see you.
Oh. It's just a small building, and it's a great introduction for beginners. The HO version comes with plastic windows and plastic personnel door. The freight door is laser cut. N, S, and O scale, all the windows and doors are laser cut. It's only 3 pieces. You just glue them together, put the acetate on it, and glue them in place. Well, HO scale, the upper window is cut. Teachy doesn't make those kind of windows. That's about it. It's just a very easy kit, and it can be modified. You can move the cupola any position, anywhere you want to place it. And right now, I probably sold about 10 for the build along. That's it. Anybody have any questions?
Well, again, Jeff, I really do appreciate you doing this. You know, it was hard finding a manufacturer that makes the same model in the 4 different scales. And I really do appreciate you wanting to participate in the build along and being a part of this.
No, I
So-
appreciate this wholeheartedly.
Well, that's great. Phil, I'd like to turn to you now because this whole idea came from you. So maybe you'd like to take over and try to explain to everybody how the four of you all are planning to operate this, building the same kit in the four different scales for us.
So Jim, this was one of those kind of what I call brain fart. It was kind of this thought that says, one of the things that's interesting if someone's trying to consider scales is to think about the differences. And so this was an opportunity to do that. And quite frankly, we all, I think, I don't know if Clark, I assume he has his kit. Mine came yesterday. So I think what we basically have today is all of us have some pictures of the kit we received. And I think one of the things we wanted to do here was try to contrast a little bit the differences, at least initially, between the scales. And then we'll kind of decide next week how we do it, if we kind of do it as each presenting something or kind of go through more of a complete build. So that kind of comes next, I think will come next week. So I tell you what, Greg, I think you're probably got your kit the first and have come along the farthest. So why don't you and Bob go ahead. Why don't you go ahead and go first and then Bob.
Okay, Phil. I'm going to go ahead and bring up a couple pictures. This will show modelers what came in the package. This is the HO scale. And as Jeff said, this is the one that came with the tissue plastic windows. So there were two bags nicely packaged in there. Bag one had the walls and the strip wood inside it, plus some of the laser cut details. And bag two had the shingles, more laser cut door, and then the plastic windows. And one of the nice things I like in this kit, the sheet of acetate, he also gives a printout showing you how to cut the acetate for all the various size windows you're going to use. And these are all the parts laid out. I'm going to be building mine as a representation of a depot that was closed when the railway was abandoned, but it was bought and reopened as a coffee shop. So mine will pretty much follow the kit with just a couple minor changes that someone might try to do if they're trying to make a business in an old depot. So I will stop, and that's what I'm doing. And maybe you can go to Bob now.
Yeah, Bob, go ahead.
All right. Hang on here. And I'll do this one and I'll do this. Come on, I'll try it again. There we go. There's a steeple there. So these are the parts, they're S scale one. And the one I'm missing right now is the gable end is all and the canopy roof supports. But I've since built my own, it was scratch building. And what I'm going to do is do this one as a passenger station rather than a freight type of depot. So I find the platform sides here are a little bit high for passengers, so I'm cutting them down, or I already have cut them down, not quite in half, but just make it a little bit narrower or shorter. So that's it for me. These are the tools you're going to need here, by the way.
Clark, are you at a point you want to say something, or have you even gotten yours yet?
No, I have not received the kit yet. Hopefully, maybe Monday or Tuesday it will arrive in the mail. And then I'll catch up fairly quick because the weather's supposed to be crappy. So we'll catch up. And I think my idea at this point in time is to build it as the kit is. And then I may sort of scratch build one using basically the same dimensions and everything into something slightly different. But I will build the kit basically as is.
Cool.
I checked the tracking number. Your kit is in Canada already.
Okay.
All right. So you should definitely get it before the next show.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Well, as I said, here we don't have delivery service on the weekend. So if it's not here by Friday, it'll be Monday or Tuesday next week. So I'll look for it then, Jeff.
Oh, you don't get delivery on Saturdays?
Oh, hell no.
Oh,
You're
Hey.
lucky. You're lucky you get it on Fridays. You
Yeah.
know, it wasn't that long ago. You didn't get it on Fridays either. That was Good Friday. You didn't, Black
Oh,
Friday.
well, if it's a holiday, sure, they're not here, but no, we
Mine-
should.
Mine arrived at a local post office, took 4 days to get it to my house.
yeah,
Hey,
Well, I
we
guess
might-
it's a good thing we're not doing this in winter when you might have snow up there.
we don't call it Canada storage for nothing.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, you-
so there are clearly two things that we learned today so far. The first is that smaller takes longer. And the second is that, and this becomes a scale comparison where you build a single kit in O scale, it's easy to build the same thing twice in N.
We'll see.
So anyway, so I got mine yesterday, and let me go ahead and share here. I took a couple of pictures. I feel bad now because Bob did such a great job of labeling everything.
Yeah, Bob and his arrows.
Yeah, and so I did. I threw them on the carpet in my office after I took them out of the bag while I was on a video conference. So basically, everything came in a bag. Separated it out. You have the shingles, obviously the flooring or decking. Again, the acetate, the windows, with the templates. Then there were two separate packages with some smaller components and the strip wood, which I quite frankly haven't opened yet because I'm not at the point that I'm really ready to use it. The larger bag parts had all the walls in it. The two large frames, which are for the supports, where you have the posts out over the deck, and then on the right the cupola and the cupola roof. So those were all in one bag, and then as in the HO, there was another bag that has the kind of thinner cuttings for the windows and the doors, and some stairs here and some stair railings. And actually, I think these are really nice, and I will actually keep them because I'm probably not going to use them because I decided after looking at this I'm going to try to make something that I can actually use. So it's probably going to be more narrow gauge height. So all I've done so far is started off with the decking, trying to do a little work on it, and I really didn't do along the length of it yet. When I now decided I'm going to go ahead and just put beams underneath and put some footings on it, versus having the raised decking around the outside. But you can kind of see that I always think that makes it look a little better. And then because it's we have to do an interior. I think you almost have to do an interior on this size building, or it looks kind of weird just having it closed up. So putting some walls in it, some framing in for the walls. So that's kind of all the far I've gotten. So that's about it, Jim. That's kind of our report for the week, I think. I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to do a passenger station. It's probably going to be more Western themed, a little bit narrow gauge because it is so small. I've actually picked a couple of names out on the South Pacific coast to put it as an imaginary station at a real location. And I probably won't use the cupola just because I just can't find very many indications of stations west of the Mississippi that had cupolas. It seems somehow as people moved west, the cupolas stayed in the east.
all right. Did all you guys receive the instructions? The three of you?
I did.
I got the PDF. That's all that mattered to me.
Yeah. And with
Yeah, I got them.
the
And,
instruction and the templates.
Yeah.
and by the way, a comment, Jeff, was, I would have been really good with just a QR code in the bag to a PDF online. No, I'm actually, from a manufacturer perspective, it's kind of why put all the paper in there. Because, for example, instructions, I'd probably just put on my iPad and look at them on there as I did the kit. The templates, you may want to actually print out if you're going to use them, but the instructions it's kind of an interesting thought process because I know the kind of the standard is to put them in, but I mean a lot of things are shipping now without instructions on paper in them.
What about the
Yeah,
people that don't have
let's keep-
computer?
Yeah, and let's keep in mind the age of the modelers that are out there right now.
Yeah. I have a bunch of customers that don't have computers.
Absolutely.
I
And then
get a
there are-
check in the mail. You know, they don't order online. Now you have to understand, you guys, you receive your kit just in a plastic bag because I wanted to,
Get
get
'em
the
out.
orders to you. But the customers, they're getting a regular kit box. They're gonna get, they're gonna get nice packages.
That reminds me, I
those
forgot,
are-
my last slide did include showing what the instructions look like, and they are very nice. It's 5-some pages of instructions with photos and diagrams, and then a template sheet that shows where the bracing and stuff goes. And I apologize for leaving that out of my presentation. I was just overwhelmed by Bob's arrows.
That's good.
That's one thing I forgot to put on the template. If you read the instructions, bracing flush on the end walls, but in O scale, is cabin slots on the ends. You're just going to put the angle pieces over it. I forgot.
Yeah, and
to
that's something that I noticed when Phil was showing his, and I think that's one of the most interesting things about showing kits in different scales is sometimes there's different construction based on the size and everything, and the
Yes.
cabin slot on the larger one is different than just the butt fit with the corner post on the smaller ones.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, and one of the things you have to consider when you do the framing is how far you hold it back on the wall where you're not at the edge, because it basically provides the bracing. And I had that picture because actually one of the side with the window was actually cracked in the middle, and it just happens. I probably did it because when you burn the laser through, you're burning with the wood direction. It's fairly narrow there, and it's a wide piece. And that's why putting that framing in was really important. Either some sort of blocking or framing.
Right.
So,
Now Clark, he's doing the in scale version. That is awfully small.
That's all right. Bring it on.
Now, in the instructions, I posted a picture on the stairs, the laser cut stairs and railings. That was the in scale version.
Cool.
I mean, you're talking about a 1/4 inch.
Neat.
It's tiny.
Hey, Jeff, can you send me? I did not get the instructions. Can you send me instructions and maybe the tracking number?
You didn't get the instructions?
No,
Check your junk mail.
I think I did.
Yeah, no, email takes 3 days to get there, right?
Oh,
No.
oh, that's it.
The Moose delivers it quite quickly.
He's north of Lake Superior. That's going up. So it's slower to get there.
Yeah. Let me check. I'll check again the junk, but
no.
I
somehow-
stand corrected. I found them.
Aha. Yeah, you should have gotten the instructions, the PDF, and then the templates
Yeah.
for the
Now,
in scale.
the people that order the kit now, Jeff, they'll get the instructions and everything in the kit.
Oh,
that you
they're gonna get a completed kit. They're gonna get a nice kit box with all the parts and the paper instructions. Yes, they will get everything.
Gotcha.
And it
Gotcha.
should be start going out tomorrow or Friday.
And you're giving a great discount on these.
Yeah, you gotta learn the 20% is just for that kit, not for anything else you order. I'm getting many people taking advantage. Ooh, 20%. I want to order this and this and this. But
Hey, Jeff, did you build the stairs already?
yeah,
Cool. All right. Actually, I think that's
I still left it on. I still left it on the paper. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that's one of the neat, really
see it?
neat pieces. Yeah. Oh
that's the
yeah.
end scale.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, that's
Clark, I really like your idea of possibly building the kit as it was meant to be built and then scratch building a different version of it. I think that would be great for the show.
We'll see. We'll see. As when you sent me a nice email with Chris's info about the N scale, and last week, over the weekend, I delivered a healthy kidney stone called Ralph, and so I was kind of out of commission. So as long as Ralph doesn't want to have sisters or something, we should be good.
Well, that's great. I'm glad you got that taken care of.
Yeah.
I built a S scale scratch build a depot. I'm going to show my build next week. There's a picture there. I don't know if you see that or not.
I like that.
So
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, and I've built 2 N scale buildings so far that both had all of the framing on the inside. Not because they were so big that they really required it. It was more to see whether I could do it or not.
So are you challenging me? Is that what the point is here?
But don't forget, the walls on the N scale version is 1/32 inch basswood,
Yep. Yeah.
where the rest is 1/16 inch bass.
All right. I will.
Thin stuff.
I will. I think my challenge is going to be to build the stairs, never mind the interior. So.
But
Well,
the frame underneath the dock, that is out of 1/16
Okay.
inch bass.
All right. Well, I happen to have a very big supply of basswood, so no problem. All right. Well, I look forward to getting the kit hopefully in the next few days.
Yeah, you should.
Well, does anybody have anything else they'd like to add?
Just that I'm really glad Phil thought of this, no matter how he came up with it, because I think it's something that I've never seen anybody attempt before, either in live demonstrations or online. So I'm curious to see how it comes out.
Well, I'm really encouraged by it. I think it's going to be great because I do think that it's going to spotlight the differences in the scales. And I think that's important. I mean, everybody knows N is the smallest, O is the largest. But how do you build them? Do you build them the same way? Do you have the same problems? Do you have more problems in certain areas than others? And I think that's the interesting part of it, at least from my standpoint, to try to really emphasize is how it's done in the various scales, and maybe how it's done differently because of the size of the various scales. So with that said, guys, thank you so much for doing this. I look forward to continue this next week.
What I think what the 4 modelers should do is when they finish their building, I think they should mention the size of the building. I mean, the dimensions are given on the website, but to actually see the building, and if there's a way they could take down, the measurements while they're building it, so the people have an idea. Yeah, that's N scale, half of that.
I know. I was going to say, there's a business card. I could probably build the whole model on it.
Well, Jeff, to that point, I think what would be really good at a representation of that is to get all 4 of the buildings together after we've built them all, so that people could see the difference in scale. So I think if we all were to meet maybe in Las Vegas or something, and I'm sure Motrak's budget could afford to send us there, then we can get a good photograph of all 4 of them side by side.
perfect.
I'm pretty sure we could just take pictures and put them together.
There you go.
Yeah, I think you can scale some pictures too.
Yeah, I think that's in the budget.
Yeah, but I think that would be a good idea, so they could, the modelers could see the dimensions, see the difference.
Yep.
But the dimensions are given on the website.
Yep.
So come on, modelers, order the kit.
Yeah, we're going to have fun with it. And if you're an N scaler, come on, let's go.
And believe it or not, so far out of the 10 orders, majority of them are HO.
Shocking.
I do have an old scale going to Canada. And
Larry,
one-
is that you, Larry McDonald?
Yeah, which one?
But you know, it's really a good, potentially 2-car model for a siding that can actually provide some sort of value as a freight building or some other building, or it can be a station. So it's nice model from the perspective that it's not very large and can take a small area.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, sorry, the one from Canada is HO Steel, Donald Phillips. I don't know if you know him or not.
Oh, Don, okay, yeah.
Jeff, another N scale tonight. Yeah,
I
just
think I
ordered it.
forgot to put discount.
Hey, Chris,
Yeah,
you
that's
have
something
to,
you just ordered now?
apparently you and I should be building full interiors in these.
that's what I'm hearing.
Take off those headphones. Let's not hear stuff like that.
All right, guys, let me go here. Thanks so much for doing this. I really do appreciate it.